today for props, I do suggest that you have, let me get situated here. I do suggest for today's class to have at least one block or book. Is a nice prop to have for a little challenge that we're going to have in one of our poses. If you don't have it, then you can add the extra challenge of not having a prop, but it is something nice to have handy. So I also have a blanket. You can use a blanket or a towel. It looks like, yep. So I'm using this blanket to kind of just get myself up a little bit higher. We're just getting started here. We'll just take a few moments to kind of shift into our body, kind of get all those little wiggles out, and taking a moment to arrive in our space. And when you're ready, go ahead and close the eyes down. Stay tall in the spine, roll the shoulders away from the ears, and take in a nice deep inhale, and an exhale out. Inhale, drawing in a great big breath. And open mouth, exhale, release and let go of your day. One more time, inhaling to arrive in your space. And exhale, let go of any expectations. Sitting with the eyes shut down for a few more moments, returning to your natural breath, and just taking a few moments just to feel into the body. See what it's craving, how it's feeling. And then check in with that breath. As you breathe in, see where it goes to. See where it stops. And then maybe play with that breath for just a moment and see if you can send it down into any of those spaces that you noticed that needs extra attention. On that next inhale, we'll dip the chin down towards the chest, keeping shoulders rolled away from the back. Take a few breaths into the back of the neck. Lifting chin away from the chest and drawing a line, peek up towards the sky, open into the throat. Bring the head back to neutral, and then take the ear over to the right side. Take a couple breaths here. Dip the chin down towards center, just like we did at the beginning. And then slowly rotate the ear over to the left side. Couple breaths here on this side, noticing if you have any tension in the neck. And see if that breath can open up some spaces and relieve the tension. Gently release the head back to center, and then head comes back up. Now just take a peek over the shoulder. So now we're just looking, drawing the head across and looking over that right shoulder. And then draw a line across the body and take a peek over that opposite shoulder. Center the head once more, and then just welcome any movement in the neck that feels good, whether it's those half circles or full circles. And if there's a space, since we've been exploring there for a few moments, if there's a space that needs extra breath, extra time, stay there. Listen to the body. There's no right or wrong with this. You intuitively know what feels good, so just use those few moments working into the head and the neck and moving in directions that feel good. And when you're ready, go ahead and center the head back up to the middle. Ooh, got a little woozy there. Feels pretty good. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears and release them down. Let's do that again. Exaggerate, bringing those shoulders up and release down. One more time. Shoulders reach up, squeeze, and let go. Fingertips come up, roll the shoulders down, stay tall here for a moment. Taking that right hand over to the right side, draw that left hand up and overhead, stretch and reach. If you'd like, you can put a bend into that elbow that's above the head and peek up and open into the armpit chest a little bit more. Centering the arm, press into that supporting hand, raise back up, and then cartwheel over to that opposite side. Again, find that stretch first, really pressing to the opposite side. And then if you'd like to, you can add that bend into the elbow and take a peek up. Still using that hand that's on the earth to support yourself to stay nice and tall. Straighten the arm back out long, press into that palm, bring the hands up, and then the hands come down to the knees. We're going to walk the feet a little bit wider and bring the soles of the feet together. Knees out to the side into our butterfly. Might even flap those wings a few times. And then bring the hands to the top of the knees, guiding that chest over to the right side and then to the left and all the way up and through. So we're switching this up a little bit today with the way we're holding our feet. If this doesn't feel comfortable for you, then you can just go back to that easy pose with the legs or even just take them out into a V. So just taking a few times, these few rotations of shifting from knee to knee and raising back up. A few more times in this direction. The next time that we are upright, let's switch that direction, guiding the chest to that opposite knee, across the body, and all the way up and through. Waking up our hips and waking up the spine. Should also feel good to start to open up in the groin area as well. Rotate the body all the way back up to seated. Guide the hands to embrace the toes. Roll shoulders back and grow tall here for a moment. Really think about taking those sit bones and those knees down to the earth and staying tall in the spine. Hinging at the hips, we're going to slowly bow forward. We're not going to come down too super deep. We're early in our practice, but we're also making this an active stretch. So instead of bringing that chin in towards the chest or rounding into the back, we're just keeping that spine nice and long. Reminding those tailbone to stay down. And take a few breaths. Dip the chin in towards the chest and round all the way back up. Taking hands to the knees, zip the knees together. Coming all the way around into a kneeling position. This is a good time to have those blocks handy, and if you don't, that's just fine too. Blocks or books or anything to kind of prop yourself up, and if you don't have them, it's not the end of the world. So come on up again. We're coming into our kneeling position. Take that right foot and step it out to the side. Couple options with this foot. If this doesn't feel okay to have that foot straight on, you can turn so the toes are facing up towards the ceiling. So either having the foot down and pressing into the knife edge, or turn and have the toes facing up. Wherever you're at, make sure you have at least a micro bend into the knee. Opposite knee is stacked right underneath the hip. And then that back foot, you can keep it down with the top of the foot down, or you can tuck the toe under if you feel like that gives you a little bit more balance. Let's flow a little bit here. Sweep the fingertips up, grow tall. We're not gonna land just yet, but we're gonna float to each side. So coming over towards that extended side on the right side, reach and stretch here. Right away, we're engaging in the core to come up and float to the other side. Inhaling up and exhaling over. Move with your own breath and at your own cadence. Just a few more times, really getting into side body and getting into the core as well. Raising back up. Next time that we come over to that extended side, that right side, plant the hand onto the leg, or you can use that block in front of the leg. Extend the hand overhead and reach open here. So instead of punching forward, really press that heart open. Feel this good opening inside body. When we have back issues, a lot of times we think about forward folds and back bends, but these lateral stretches can really help alleviate any of that pain. It's also good to get into the psoas here. Press back up, nice and tall. Now bring that palm over to the block on that bent knee side or down to the earth. Stay with the shoulders stacked for just a moment here. And then extend the hand overhead. Feel this connection from the fingertips all the way down the side body to the foot planted onto the earth. Make sure that we are not compromising the wrist and collapsing too hard or pressing too hard down into the mat. We're going to fire up the core here. So this is completely optional. But let's bring that leg up. Doesn't need to come super high. Bring the knee or in towards the center and the elbow towards the knee. Extend long. Back into center, hover for a moment. Extend long. One more time, bring it in, hover and hold. Extend long. Plant the foot down, bring that hand to the waist, rise back up to that kneeling, draw the knee in, and then let's come down into a child's pose. Just take a few moments here to reset spine and capture the breath. Bring the palms around to center and slowly rise all the way up. We're going to repeat that now on the opposite side. So taking that left foot out to the side. Again, test out if you want to have the toes faced up or if you want that sole of the foot down onto the earth. Might be different on this side than the other. Raise the fingertips up and we'll start by taking the hand to that extended leg on the left side. Engage in the core, rise up and float over to the other side. Inhaling up, exhale, reach. Inhale up, exhale, reach. Again, inhale up, exhale, reach. This time, hand stays on that extended leg or that block in front. Open up the chest a little bit more. And take a few breaths, really peeling that heart and that chest, staying tall. Engage in the core to come back up with both hands. Hand comes down on that right side to block or to earth. Stack the shoulders first here. Reach that right hand up, or left hand I should say, excuse me. And then extend it overhead. Let's challenge ourselves by bringing that knee or leg up, then knee into center, elbow into knee. Extend long. Again, in towards center, extend long. One more time, bring it in, hover, hold the pose, not the breath. Extend long. Good job. Place the foot down, bring the hand to the hips, guide up, knee comes in, melt down, child's pose. So good to check in with the core right away because then we know where it's at. We're going to activate that core throughout the entirety of the practice. Peel the forehead up off of the earth and slowly come into our tabletop position. Let's keep those blocks towards the front of the mat, or that book towards the front of the mat. Coming into this tabletop position, let's just play with a few cat-cows. Centering the body back into that tabletop position. Walk the palms one handprint forward, tuck the toes underneath, and then draw the hip points up. Downward facing dog. Moving any props that are in the way, out of the way. Take a few moments, feeling this full body stretch. Maybe pedaling out the knees. Maybe nodding the head. Always feels good to shift side to side. And when you're ready to come into some stillness, let's stay here for a breath. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth and let it go. Bend the elbows, bend the knees, peek forward, and take a little walk all the way to the front of the mat. When we meet at the front of the mat, let's go ahead and fold down. Take a few moments to just wave side to side, maybe clasping a hold of the elbows, whatever feels good, so we can just release the top of the back down and let go of any tension. Let's just waterfall off the back, release it and let it all go. If you are holding on to the elbows, release the elbows. Bring the hands to the shins and find a halfway lift. Draw those shoulders back and that tailbone back. Inhale here. Exhale, melt down, forward fold. Take the hands to the top of the thighs. Once again, find that halfway lift. Extend the crown of the head towards the front. Maybe tuck that chin in a little bit so you can get some more length in the spine. Elbows are snuggling in like little grasshopper arms. Breath is fluid. Hamstrings are saying hello. Inhale. Exhale, melt all the way down again, forward fold. Press into the feet, bend into the knees. Sweep all the way up, tall mountain. Gentle the palms into heart center. Just pause here for a moment. Feeling that flush of energy. Rooting the feet down firmly into the mat. Inhale to raise the fingertips up. Exhale, cactus the heart open. Draw the hands out into a wide T. Then draw the hands towards each other, tuck the chin in towards chest. Inhale, palms back into heart center. Again, press the fingertips up, cactus the heart open. Take those hands out into a wide T. Then bring the palms towards each other, tuck chin in. And draw hands into heart center. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up. And exhale, melt them down and behind. Taking the hands to lower back, roll the shoulders back and find a standing camel for a moment. Release the hands from the sacrum, center the body and bring the palms back up. Melt all the way forward into that forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Melt down, forward fold. Bend the knees, sweep all the way back up, tall mountain. Taking a hold of that opposite hand and opposite elbow, standing tall. Let's just start to tip over to that right side, getting that good stretch in the left side body again. Coming back up to center. And then tip again, we're still staying over on that right side, tip over to that right side. All of the weight is going to be in that right foot as we draw that left foot out to the side. Point the toe, just checking in with balance. Bring the foot down and tick-tock back to center. Release the hands and float all the way back down, forward fold. Half lift again, melt down. Bend the knees, sweep all the way up, bringing hands overhead. Take a hold of those opposite elbows. Now stretch and reach over to the left side, opening into right side body. Coming back to center. Then reach over again, placing all of the weight into that left foot as we bring that right foot out to the side. Point the toe, and if we have to keep putting the toe down and find our balance, that's just fine. Release the foot down, center the body, release the hands, and come all the way back down, forward fold. Plant the hands onto the earth and step back, downward facing dog. Shift forward to high plank or low plank, and then take your time to lower all the way down onto the earth. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Let's press up into 3 little cobras. Raise the chest up, lower down. Raise that chin and chest, lower down. One more time, raise and hold for just a moment. Hover the hands above the earth. Keep pressing into pubic bone. Keep rolling shoulders back, breathe. Then lower all the way back down. Press the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes underneath, raise up into our plank again. Hips come up, heels come down, into our down dog. So we're gonna roll forward to the balls of the feet, still in that down dog, hips are up, and then bring the heels back down. Roll up into the balls of the feet again, still in that down dog, heels come back down. One more time, roll into the balls of the feet, and then lower the heels down. Left foot is going to stay planted onto the earth while we draw that right heel up, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, bring that knee in towards center and the nose towards the knee, round. Extend the leg long, 3-legged dog. We're going to cross the body by bringing that knee over to that opposite elbow. Hover for a moment. Build that strength. Extend long. Bend the knee, bring the knee to the same elbow. Hold for a moment, and then listen up. We're going to step that foot to the outside of both of those hands so that right foot is on the outside of the right hand. Hold here for just a moment. And this transition's gonna be a little tricky, but we're gonna get this by the end. We're gonna start to pivot on that back foot, bend into that front knee, and wave all the way up into our warrior 2. Don't worry if you don't get the transition. We're gonna practice it a lot and it'll come to you. Coming into that warrior 2, adjusting those feet where we have the heels lined up, or that heel is lined up with the arch of that back foot. Knee is pressing to the pinky toe edge. Raise the hands up. Make sure that we're staying centered with the shoulders stacked over the hips. Gaze over the middle front finger. Bend into the front knee a little bit more. Turn the palms up skyward. Straighten that front leg. Bring the hands overhead. Turn the palms and press down. Flip palms, straighten leg, straighten arm. Press back down. One more time, flip the palms, straighten the leg, bring the hands up. And then lower back down into warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, back hand comes to lower back, come into our reverse triangle. Keep pressing into that pinky toe edge of that back foot. Extend that hand overhead. Make sure to breathe. Flip the hand back down, come in again into warrior two. Take the hands to the hips, and we're just gonna pivot that back foot. So now we're into a lunge position. Take a moment to set yourself up. If you're feeling off balance, just step that foot a little bit wider. A wider base is going to help with our balance. Straighten the hands all the way up, bend into that front knee. We're gonna hinge at the hips, bring that chest forward, palms are gonna float behind. Inhale on the up, and exhale, bow forward. Again, inhaling up, exhale forward. Inhale up, hold here. Cactus the heart open, find a back bend and breathe. Inhale, fingertips come up. We're gonna find a little bit more balance. All of that weight is in that front foot while we release that back foot all the way up and replace it down onto the earth. A little bit challenging, but we're gonna get this. Taking that block, we're going to place it in front of that right foot. Excuse me, left foot. Got a little dizzy there. In front of that left foot. And this is completely optional to use the block. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, melt all the way down, forward fold. Plant the hand onto the earth or the block. Bend into that left knee and peel the right heart, right arm open here. So we're going to straighten the leg and bring the palm down into our forward fold. Bend the knee. Take that wingtip up and out. Get that nice good stretch into the IT band and open the heart. Straighten the leg and bring the palm back down. One more time. Bend the knee. Guide that arm up. We're going to add something here. So just listen up or just watch for this first time. Bring the hand to the hip line. All of the weight is going to be in that left foot. The block can walk forward a little bit, and we're going to start to raise that foot up off of the earth and start to peel it open here into our half moon. So think about that open hip, just like we had in Warrior Two. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, raise the hand up, raise the gaze up. Rotate that hip and the foot back around, release the hand, release the head, and enjoy the forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Melt down, forward fold. Bend the knees, sweep the hands all the way up, tall mountain, and gentle palms into heart center. Close the eyes and just feel into the body. Feel, check in how we're doing midway in our practice. Inhale, fingertips sweep up. Exhale, melt all the way down again, forward fold. Plant the hands onto the earth, step one foot, then the other foot back, downward facing dog. Shift forward, high plank. Lower all the way down onto the belly. Cobra or up dog, press up. Tuck the toes underneath, raise those hip points up, downward facing dog. Shift forward onto the balls of the feet, lower the heels down. Raise up onto those tippy toes, lower back down. One more time, raise onto those toes, lower back down. Right foot stays grounded onto the earth as that left heel raises up high, three-legged dog. Check in with those shoulders and make sure that we're not swaying to one side or pressing firmly and squarely in the shoulders. Bend the knee, bring it in towards the nose, nose towards knee in the center. Extend the foot long. Draw the knee in and transition it over to that opposite elbow. I know it's hard, but hang in there. Extend long. Knee comes to same elbow, hover for just a moment, then step the foot to the outside of that hand. Ready for this transition. Pivot on that back foot. Bend into the front knee and raise all the way up into our warrior two. Sink down, get your alignment here, and ready yourself for movement. Flip the palms up, straighten the leg, bring the hands overhead. Turn the palms, bend the knee, come back down. Flip palms, straighten up, lower down. One more time, flip the palms, straighten that leg, and then lower back down. Bring the hands to, I almost forgot, we have a reverse triangle. Straighten that front leg, bring the hand to that lower back as we reach and stretch with that left hand overhead. Bend the knee, come back again to warrior two. Hands come to the hips, pivot on that back toe. We're gonna find our lunge position on the side. Check in, you might need to step further, closer together with the legs, or maybe even a little wider apart. Inhale to sweep the hands up. Exhale, chest comes forward, hands swim back. Use that momentum to swing up and shift forward. One more time, swim all the way up. Hold for just a moment here. Cactus the heart open. Bring the palms up, all that weight in that front foot while we guide that back foot all the way up and through. Foot comes back down onto the earth. Fold forward and place the block now in front of that opposite foot. So now we're bringing it in front of that left foot. Into our forward fold here. Did I say that wrong? We're in our right knee. We're in our right knee, I'm sorry about that. In front of our right foot. Bending into that right knee. Open up the left fingertips, stacking shoulders here. Straighten the leg and bring the palm down. Bend the knee, open the hand up, open the chest. Straighten the leg, bring the palm back down. One more time, raising up, bend into that knee a little bit more. Let's step back. Bring the hand to the hip. Get ready for our challenge here. So that weight is on that palm and on that foot on the right side. We're going to start to bring that left foot behind. Takes a few moments to find the balance here. This is a very pedestrian move, so it's kind of difficult. And you can just stay right here. Or you can even stay in that twist that we just had. Or you can raise the hand up. Half moon is a difficult posture. But you've got this. Challenge yourself and use the breath. Rotate that hip around, bring that foot around, melt down, forward fold. Half lift, bend the knees, sweep the fingertips, come all the way up, and then gentle the palms into heart center. Take the thumbs to the sternum and feel that heartbeat, feel that energy that you are creating in the body. We're going to go through this flow on both sides one more time, and it's going to be easier because you know where we're going, right? Inhale, sweep the fingertips up. Exhale, melt all the way down, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Shift forward to plank, down to the belly, cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes, hips come up. Down dog. Roll forward onto those toes. Lower the heels down. Roll forward onto the balls of those feet. Lower the heels down. One more time, coming up onto those toes. Lower the heels. Left foot stays planted, right leg comes up. Bring that knee in towards center, nose towards knee. Extend the foot long. Cross the knee over the body, coming to that opposite elbow. Extend long. Knee comes to that same elbow, hover and hold here. Then step the foot to the outside of that palm. Pivot on that back toe. Use all of that strength to come up into warrior two. Find your balance here. Peek over that front fingertip. Turn palms to the sky, straighten the front leg, hands come up. Lower back down. Flip the palms, straighten the leg, raise up, and come back down. Flip the palms, straighten the leg, raise up, and come back down. Straighten the front leg, and bring that back arm to lower back. Front arm reaches overhead, reversing our triangle. Keep breathing. Bend the knee, release the arms, come back into our warrior two. Hands come to the hips, pivot on that back toe. Sweep the fingertips up. Release the chest down, palms come back. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, forward. One more time. Inhale, sweep up. Cactus, find a back bend. Inhale, fingertips come up. And then very slowly put all that weight in the front foot and bring that back foot up and back down onto the earth. Melt down, forward fold. Block is now in front of that left foot. Bend into the left knee. Peel the heart open here. Straighten the leg, bring the palm down. Bend the knee, raise up. Bring the palm down, straighten the leg. One more time, bending into that left leg. Raise the right hand up. Hand comes to the hip line. Challenge yourself here. All of that weight is into that left foot as we start to peel that right foot behind and open. And if it's not feeling right, just stay close to the earth. Open up that chest, open up the foot. If you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit more, bring the hand up, stack shoulders here. One more breath. Rotate the hip, bring the foot down, bring the chest down, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back, melt down. Bend the knees, sweep all the way up, and gentle palms into heart center. We have one more side, and you've got this. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, melt all the way down, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back, down dog. Shift forward, high plank. You can always just go into child's pose if you want to take a breath here. Lower all the way down to the earth. Cobra, up dog. Tuck the toes, raise the hip points up, down dog. Roll forward to the balls of the feet. Lower the heels down. Roll forward, lower down. Roll forward onto the balls of the feet. Lower the heels down. Right foot stays grounded. Raise that left foot up. Three-legged dog. Knee comes in towards nose, nose rounds towards knee. Extend long. Bring that knee in and take it over to that opposite elbow. Hold, extend long. Knee comes to that same elbow. Hold for just a moment, then step the foot to the outside of both hands. Pivot on that back foot and come on up, warrior two. Building so much strength and heat here, and I know you're doing great. Straighten the front leg, turn the palms up, raise the hands overhead. Lower back down. Flip palms, straighten the leg. Lower back down. One more time, flip the palms, straighten the leg, raise up, lower down. Bring that back hand to lower back, straighten the front leg, and reach the hand overhead. Reverse the triangle. Bend the knee, come back again into warrior two. Bring hands to the hips, pivot on that back toe, and find our lunge position here. Raise the hands up, bend into that front knee a little bit more, then shift the hips forward, chest forward, hands come back. Sweep on up, lower down. Sweeping up, lower down. Sweep on up, cactus, and find a back bend. Inhale, fingertips come up. All of that weight is in the front foot. Bring that back foot up and through and lower down onto the earth. Melt all the way down into that forward fold. Bringing that block now in front of the right foot. Plant the right hand onto block. Peel the chest open. Straighten the leg, bring the palm down. Bend the knee, open up again. Straighten the leg, palm comes down. Last time, open up. Now bring that hand to the lower back of the hip. This is the last time. Adjust that block, gaze is down as we bring that foot up, rotate open. Option to keep that hand on the hip, or you can start to raise it up, stacking shoulders. Take several breaths, smile. Release the foot, release the hand, forward fold. Half lift, melt down, bend the knees, sweep all the way up, and then gentle palms into heart center. Take a moment to take a breath here and pat yourself on the back. That was a lot of transitions, pretty difficult movement, but I'm sure you did great. Inhale, fingertips sweep up. Exhale, melt all the way down, forward fold. Plant the hands, find your vinyasa, coming into down dog. Shifting forward, coming all the way down to the earth. Cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes to bring those hip points back up. Downward facing dog. So we're switching up a little bit here. We have a lot of these things that you know we've already done. Bring that right heel up, three-legged dog. Knee in towards center, hover. Extend long. Knee crosses body. Extend long. Knee comes to same elbow, hover. Step the foot down onto the outside of both hands. This time we're going to lower that back knee down onto the earth. Coming into our lizard pose here. Take a few moments. I like to scooch that back leg back a little bit. Stay tall for a breath. Bring that right hand to the right knee and twist open. Release the palm down, still keeping that foot down. We're just going to walk away from that bent knee. Just coming to that edge of the stretch. Now we're going to transition a little bit further. We're going to start to straighten that front leg. Tuck that back toe underneath. Raise the knee up. Careful if you have knee issues. And we're going to come up into standing into a wide-legged forward fold. Take several breaths here. Bring the hands to the top of the hips, the top of the thighs, I should say. Tuck that tailbone underneath and rise all the way back up to standing. Ooh, a little messy and sweaty here. Zip the legs together and meet me at the front of the mat. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, dive down. Plant the hands, step the feet back, downward facing dog. Last time, shift forward, lower down to the belly, up dog or cobra. Flip the toes, downward facing dog. Left heel stays down, right heel raises up. Last time, make this one count. Knee comes in towards the nose, round into the back. Extend long. Cross the body over to that opposite elbow. Hold. Extend long. Same elbow, same knee, hover. Step the foot down to the outside of that hand. Release the back leg down. I just realized I'm a little backwards here. How are you? Take a moment in this pigeon, or not pigeon, oh gosh, I'm totally losing everything, into this lizard. Bring the hand to that knee and open up into a twist. And if you did go on the wrong side like I did, you can switch up here. Bring the palm down, start to walk the hands away from the body. Keep walking those hands towards the center, tucking that back toe underneath. Very slowly transition so that you're in this wide-legged forward fold. I've got my booty to you. Take a few moments in this wide-legged forward fold. Nice, long, deep breathing. Bring the hands to the top of the thighs. Tuck that tailbone underneath and slowly rise all the way up to standing. Walk the feet together. Close the eyes down. Bring the hands out to the side and just take a moment to breathe here and feel that energy sweeping through the body. We're going to come on down to our bottoms. However you'd like to get there is up to you. And when we come on down, keep that right foot in towards that left leg and extend that left leg long and out to the side. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up. Turn the torso towards that extended leg and then melt down into a floral fold, nose to knee here. Slowing the breath down. Take your time to rise back up. We're going to walk that foot. We're still going to keep the knee bent. We're going to walk it away from that extended leg. So about two fists between the foot and that inner thigh. Slowly rotate to the inner foot on that extended leg. We're going to press open here into a modified wild thing. Take a few moments to open up that chest. Swim the hand all the way around, come back down. Let's cross the leg over to the other side, guiding that right foot in towards the instep of the thigh. Raise fingertips up. Turn the torso towards that extended foot and melt down, nose towards knee. Take several breaths here. rising back up. Walk that foot away from the inside of the thigh. Pivot onto the inner foot. Place that left hand down onto the earth and raise back up, coming into modified wild thing. Several breaths here. Sweep the hand, come all the way back down to the bottom. Send those legs out long in front. Raise the fingertips up. And then we'll melt forward into our forward fold here. Hands may not come all the way to the feet, and that's just fine. Take a few breaths into back body. Rising all the way back up. Bend the knees, place the soles of the feet down onto the earth. Bring the hands out to the side of the legs and take your time to slowly, very slowly hold for a minute. Slower, and then lower all the way down to the earth. Draw the knees in towards the chest and give them a little hug and squeeze here. Keeping the knees bent, let's bring the hands to the tops of the knees. I'm just going to draw some circles, bringing the knees in and out. So making these circles, getting into the hips a little bit more, the legs and the groin area. And the next time that they come in, let's reverse that circle in the other direction. Come back around to center, snuggle those knees in. One more time, give them a nice squeeze and hug here. Release the soles of the feet down onto the earth. We'll extend that right foot long. And then very slowly guide that left leg across the body. You can take a hold of it with that right hand if you'd like to, but just don't pull or tug with that hand. Taking that upper arm on the left side out into a T or a cactus shape. Breathe into a twist. Very slowly come back around to center. Bring both soles of the feet up, bend the knees and shift the hips so that it's centered on the mat. Now draw that left foot out long. And very slowly, you can take a hold of that knee if you would like, with that opposite hand coming into a supine twist on the other side. Right hand comes out into a T or a Y shape. And that hand that's on the leg, just make sure that it's not pulling or tugging that knee down. It's just there for a little extra guidance. And we don't need to jeopardize any joints by pulling and tugging. Slowly unwind and come back around to center. Bring that bottom back to center and those knees as wide as the yoga mat. TP the knees in towards each other. We'll get this little external rotation and also get some relief in that lower back here for a moment. If you would like to stay here for your Shavasana, you can. Or you can extend the legs out long. Just find what is working for you. Using these last few moments together, soaking in the magic of your practice, congratulating yourself for working through some of these challenges. Just really feeling into the body today and showing up for yourself. Start to find some movement in the body. Bringing you back to this present moment by rotating wrists and ankles, fluttering fingertips and toes. And when you're ready, extend the hands overhead, stretch and reach in opposite directions. Reach, 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 reach. And a nice detoxifying breath out, let it all go. Bend the knees, place the soles of the feet down onto the earth. Rotate to one side or the other and pause in our fetal position. Use that top arm to support yourself as you come on up and come into a seated position. I'd like to close our practice today with a little bit of a stretch in our wrists since we did a lot of work in those three-legged down dogs. So bring the palms together, place the palms nice and firmly together. I'm going to start to rotate so that I'm bringing the base of my palms and then slowly interlace the fingertips so that it's facing away from me. Find a few times of just rocking this back and forth. Getting this good stretch in the wrists. And then coming into center for just a moment, hold it. And then release it back around and shake out the wrists and the hands. Draw hands back together in Anjali Mudra. Take a moment to pause here to seal our practice together. I'm going to chant this sound Om one time. You are welcome to join in or just let the vibration wash over you. First, let's inhale and exhale out. Inhale. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing your practice and your time. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.